Wow. Yeah, welcome back to Universe X, and today we are here with another Daima breakdown of episode 10, titled Ocean. There is a lot to unpack here. There was a lot of lore drops, and we got some really cool stuff that should finally silence the people that says the Daima's in its own timeline, because it definitely just linked up to Super in a major way. So, spoiler warning right here. I hope you guys understand that, because we're going to be breaking down the entire episode for everything you might have missed, as well as just reviewing it and then giving my thoughts on it. Last but not least, before we jump into that, if you like the content, like the video, and if you love the content, think about subscribing, because we are this close to 1,000 subscribers, and I would really love to break that milestone with your help. So let's hop into it. So the episode starts off right, of course, like a little bit after the episode 9 ending. It's not like a directly, like we just jumped into like it normally is, but you have Tamagami 1 being challenged by Majin Ku with Arensu watching. And right off the bat, we notice a couple things. One, Tamagami 1 seems to be very stoic, whereas Tamagami 3 was very boisterous. And then on top of that, Majin Ku is goofy. Like, dude is goofy to the point where I was like, But it was also really funny, so I kind of dug the vibe. He definitely looks like strong, but he clearly isn't a match, at least at the beginning of this, for Tamagami 1, who is basically unfazed by any attack he throws out. But then it cuts, and we get back to Team Goku, and they're trying to get to the Demon Realm 2, or second Demon Realm, and Warp is a little suspicious. Warp's like, that's a Genda Marie ship. What are you doing in it? And then Pansy has the quick lie of, oh, we're family members of the Genda Marie, and Warp's like, all right, bet, go. So they end up going through, and that's pretty tight. They at first start thinking about, well, should we go straight to 1 since we're in like a Genda Marie ship? But Goku's like, no, we gotta go to 2 first. And Glorio's like, yeah, 2. And we all know that Glorio is simply just trying to get all the Dragon Balls for Arensu, and also, I don't know how much they've talked, but he might know that Arensu is testing out Majin Ku and Demon Realm 1. So either way, he just says, no, let's not do that, and they kind of keep it moving, which is a cool kind of thing, but he's clearly running interference. So we then cut again. There's a lot of cuts in this episode. We cut again to Team Vegeta, and Team Vegeta is just on the plane, and Bulma is just so happy that her skin is so healthy as a child. And you get this really funny moment where Hybis is like, wow, your skin's smooth. And Bulma's like, oh, you noticed? And Hybis is like, you know, you could be my girlfriend if you wanted. And Vegeta is not having it. Vegeta's like, bro, no, like, she's married. Like, we're married. And Bulma is just pretty much like saying that she may never become an adult again because she loves how her skin is right now. Hence, what what's his name Hybis ends up telling her, you can be my girlfriend. And then Bulma pretty much tells Vegeta, well, you can go and become an adult again yourself, because Vegeta says he's not staying a brat. And Vegeta's like, no, we're going to become adults again together. And so Hybis looks over and he goes, oh, so you must like big boobs. And Vegeta is like, dog, like, what are you talking about? But he's blushing, and Piccolo's like, wow, Hybis supposed to be right. So it is confirmed. Vegeta is a gooner. No, but like, for real though, like, Vegeta apparently likes Big Booba, and that's actually just hilarious. Because 1, that's just funny. 2, I don't think that's Bulma. But like, I guess it's just the art style, because even as early as Dragon Ball, they were kind of like, yeah, that's a whole thing, especially towards like the later chapters. And I guess that is a thing. So I guess Vegeta is a boob guy. That's just Vegeta. So yeah, we're going to move past that, and we have we go back to Majin Ku versus Tamagami 1, and they're actually popping off, like, and by popping off, I mean Majin Ku is like unleashing his entire moveset, and Tamagami 1 is pretty much not taking it. So this is actually like kind of like a wild point, because it looks like Majin Ku is indeed what would be considered a failure by Arensu, because if it's not strong enough to take on a Tamagami, it's not strong enough to take on Goku and friends. Now, the only thing we don't know is if all 3 Tamagami were created equal, because if they are not, then this Majin Ku could still be strong enough to face Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo, but maybe not strong enough to take on Tamagami 1. So we do have to see what is about to happen and how they explain the scaling. But basically, Tamagami 1 is still just barely talking, evading, tanking, and Majin Ku is being super goofy. His moves do look cool. He has some moves that look powerful, but he's just really not getting through to Tamagami 1. So back over for Team Goku, they do reach the Demon Realm too, and it's very, 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 very waterlogged. Like there's a lot of ocean in Demon World 2, hence the episode name. But they're going super fast, and Glorio pretty much after Pansy's like, wow, we're moving super fast here. It's either Pansy or Shin. Glorio notes that Demon Realm 2's air is not going to be as dense as Demon Realm 1 or 3's, so they can move a lot faster. But he also says that there are like things like the Kraken, which are amphibious monsters that could come up and swallow the ship whole. When on cue, they well, almost on cue, they're fired upon by Genda Marie, and they pretty much, I guess, see the ship. Goma and Degetsu are witnessing Team Goku get into Demon Realm 2, so we kind of six them on him, and that pretty much is where they I guess they're just like, okay, that ship is not ours, so they fire upon it. They're starting to take a lot of damage. Unfortunately, once again, their ship gets wrecked beyond repair. You can see it gets shot in the engine, it has to fly low. I guess ships getting destroyed is going to be an on and off theme of Daima that's just going to keep happening. So, yeah, the ship gets destroyed and, well, very, very, very damaged. And then Goku's like, open the door and let me out. So Goku jumps out and starts going ham on these ships. Like, Goku destroys an entire patrol squad of Genda Marie ships by himself with a power pole, and it just looked really, really cool. This Daima has very, very, very good sequencing, and it was just awesome. So yeah, moving past that though, you have them pretty much on the ship, and they have to fly low now because their ship was injured or damaged. And this flying low is what causes the Kraken to be able to pick them up, and the Kraken comes out, sees them, tries to eat the ship, which doesn't work, but then uses its tentacles to grab the ship. Goku is like, we gotta get out of here, so they all get out of here, but as they're flying above watching the ship pretty much get taken, Pansy shoots back into the ship. And I pretty much was like, wait, I didn't see this on them when they left, so it makes sense what she could be going back for. But she goes back in there, and then Goku goes to save her because the tentacle's crushing the ship with her inside of it. Goku does end up saving Pansy, and after that happens, Shin's like, oh, but wait, the Dragon Ball, and Pansy's like, I got it, and that's why she went back in there. It makes sense. They would have let the Kraken, you know, get the Dragon Ball if she had not gone there and risked her life. So Pansy, MVP. She's a very quick thinker, and even in a mode of panic, she's trying to see the big picture, and so I really like her as a character. So basically, after all this, they decided that they need to wait somewhere and for Team Vegeta, and so they decided to wait on the Namekian like original homeworld, and that's pretty much just that. They go over there and they land on it, and you have another flashback to, well, not flashback, but the scene switches back over to Ku versus Tamagami 1. He is clearly outmatched. Tamagami 1 starts making moves, not even really trying to attack him, but just speed blitzing him. And Majin Ku is actively scared. Like, he's sweating, he's dodging, he's yelling, he's trying to get out the way. Clearly, he's just out of his league here. And that's very unfortunate. But then it goes back to Team Goku, where they land and they see all this area. And Goku's kind of hungry, but they can't get food. Glorio tells him, hey, look, it's not even that far away from dinner yet. And Goku ends up eating a heal bug. He offers it to Shin, he offers it to Pansy. Shin just has this running joke where he hates pretty much every piece of food that comes from Demon World, especially bugs. Bro does not like the canned food. I mean, I guess the canned food technically had bugs in it. Shin just doesn't like bugs. He doesn't like bugs, he doesn't want to eat bugs, that's just not his deal. So that's actually kind of just like funny that that's like automatically going to be Shin's just like, dog, I just don't like bugs. So that's pretty cool. So we go back, and you literally have basically Goku senses Team Vegeta, and he goes like, okay, I'm gonna go bring them back. So he goes, with the scene once again switches over to Team Vegeta, and Team Vegeta, oh, sorry, the whole other thing is, there's one thing, the Namekian world is completely abandoned. Nobody's there at all. There's no Namekians, we don't see people living in there. Those like all the Namekians pretty much left. I guess that's why Neva was like, yo, I haven't seen another Namekian in like 1,000 years. So it just is what it is. Now, you go back to Team Vegeta, and they are arriving to Demon Realm 2, looking at all the water, and Bulma is like, this is very, very beautiful. And then she goes like, looking at Piccolo, she's like, do you miss it here? And Piccolo's like, no, because I was never here in the first place. My dad was here, and he escaped, and then I was born elsewhere. And so that's pretty much that. But Goku ends up showing up, kind of signaling to them, talking about the events that just happened. Vegeta's like, somebody's like, let him in. It's either Piccolo or Vegeta's like, let him in. Maybe it's Bulma. One person says let him in. So once he gets in, he talks about the Kraken and whatnot. He talks about how their ship got destroyed. And after being like, oh yeah, the Kraken came, Vegeta was like, oh, you're just afraid of a little monster, until they run into a Kraken. And after they see how big the Kraken is and how easily it could have swallowed the ship, Vegeta's like, what is that? And then Goku's like, yeah, I know, we gotta run. Like, we're not strong enough for that. So does that mean the Kraken scales over a Tamagami? I don't know what they meant by that. Maybe I shouldn't think on it too much. You let me know in the comments. But we are pretty much at a part where they're going, and then Goku's like, they're like, oh, so you came here to like warn us. And then like Goku's like, no, I came here to get a ride. Like, we don't have a ship anymore. And Vegeta's kind of like, you're selfish. That sucks. So you pretty much just have that. And then it goes back to Ku, where he finally yields to Tamagami 1. He just goes, yeah, bro, I can't beat you. And as per their rules, Tamagami 1 just puts its sword upside down and goes back to his post and just chills. Arensu literally says he's a disappointment, and then she's like, you're fired. And he's like, yo, you shouldn't fire me because I'm a good singer, and I'm this and I'm that, and I'd be great if you took me out shopping, I'd shine there. So she's just like disappointed because their first experiment did not work. And I mean, that's fair. She had some high hopes for him, and that's kind of just not a thing anymore. So yeah, you go back to the main crew, and this is the biggest part of lore that drops in this episode, and it's crazy. So once they get there, Bulma pretty much through conversation finds out that this is the realm that Shin's for. And Shin is like, can I speak about my past? And Goku's like, no, we gotta get the Dragon Balls. And then Bulma's like, please, like, let him at least speak. And then we get this really cool like setup story where Shin says that the Supreme Demon King of the era wanted to expand. He wanted to expand his territory, his reach. So he asked the Super Majin Rimus to create the universe. So this means that all the universes that were in the TOP were not created at this point until the Super Majin Rimus created them. Now, when they show the Super Majin Rimus, I'm not saying he's the same race, but he looks very, very close to Zeno-sama. Like, they have the same oval-shaped football Hey Arnold head. They have the same little dinky little legs and arms. And Shin says they are still, till this day, at the top of the divine hierarchy. So yeah, this looks like the race of Zeno, a Super Majin Rimus. And then he said that after he makes the universes, a lot of the Majins left Demon Realm to populate those universes. And this is going to be why so many races that we've seen in Dragon Ball have pointed ears, because they have come from other places, or they've come from the Demon Realm to populate the other universes. That's cool. That's just like amazing. So after this, he pretty much said that not all, like, Bulma was like, so all races come from Demon World, and he's like, no, some races do not. Earthlings and Saiyans were born after the realms were created. So if your race comes from Demon Realm, they had to be a race that predates the universes. But I'm still going to just go out on a limb and say that maybe there was a demon race that maybe procreated with Earthlings, or maybe procreated with other things to make Saiyans. I'm still a Coper. I think that the pointed ears in the Ozaru form may mean something. The changing under the full moon like a werewolf, that's a very magical oriented thing. So we'll see. But on top of that, sorry, there's a couple things going on upstairs. But on top of that, he said that the Super Majin Rimus asked for a couple of asked Select Glint to oversee their worlds as Supreme Kais. And in this, you see Fuwa from like Universe 6. You see Shin from Universe 11. You see Gowasu from, like, is it Universe 10? I can't remember. You see all these people that we were debuted in Super, in the Future Saga, as well as the TOP. So they literally just linked it, like, right then and there. Like, this is not some Elseworld story. If you're familiar with DC Comics, this is literally a part of the Dragon Ball continuity, and it's not like a one-off or anything like that. This is actual lore pertaining to the entirety of it that links right back into Super, so that was awesome. And then afterwards, he was saying that the realms used to be open, but Supreme Demon King Abora, Deborah's father, closed them off because he feared outsiders coming into the demon realm and potentially taking it over or causing them harm. So he closed off the realms, and that's why Warp Sama is so like set on guarding everything. So that's pretty tight. I think that was a really cool lore bomb to drop, and it does a lot for the series, and as a Dragon Ball fan, it makes me super happy to see these things. Now, the last little bit of my notes says that a lot of the Glend escaped Demon World because Aburo was cruel, and they did not want to be ruled under him, and that's why the Glend abandoned their home world. And when they were talking about abandoning the homeworld, Blum was like, whoa, shouldn't we just go visit your homeworld? And that's when Shin was like, no, nothing's there anyway, and explains why they abandoned it. Now, Vegeta is like, okay, well, that's all cool, but we do need to start fighting those Tamagamis. And so they're all like, all right, bet. And then once they start leaving to get on the ship, you see Neva come out of the shadows and laugh. And he just seems happy. Maybe it's because he's seeing another Namekian, but it's very interesting that Neva could, you know, just like be there and not be sensed. And speaking of him not being sensed, Shin definitely said that the Namekians had all sorts of hidden powers and abilities, but were treated as little more than slaves to the ruling class of the demon realm. And that's actually insane, but that actually sounds like some Piccolo buffs to come. They're saying that Namekians are capable of a great deal of things, but have not been treated as highly as they should have been. So yeah, after Neba kind of comes up and he's like smiling, that's the end of the episode. And then we get like, you know, just like the trailer or the outro, as well as the intro next episode, or the teaser next episode showing Vegeta fighting Tamagami 2. So this is pretty good, and now I just want to give my thoughts on it. So basically, some things I thought this episode was just interesting, like things that stood out for me. Majin Ku kind of being a jobber is really funny, but I think what this is going to lead to is they said that they did not want to push the seed too deep because it would make more Majin Buu essence in the creation, but also make it less easy to tame. And I think that after this happening, after we have a Majin Ku coming up too short, that the next time Arensu makes a creation, she's going to disregard Marbu's wishes and push the seed down deeper, and this is going to make a stronger yet less controllable version of Buu. And that may have something that looks closer to the original Fat Buu that she got the essence from. I don't know, but I think that that's going to be a thing that happens. She's going to be so disappointed with this one that she forces a stronger one against the recommendations of Marba. Now, the other thing that's interesting is that I thought that Neva could be one and done after we haven't heard or seen anything from him in 10 episodes, but now we're seeing him again, and I think that there is more to be said for this, so he's definitely going to have a place in there. He's definitely going to have a point in coming back, and I wonder if they're going to use him in the future. Maybe not even right now, but if Piccolo ever has to fuse with another Namekian again in the future of the series, like after Daima, Neba would give him so much knowledge and insight and potentially power. So I think that this is going to set up for a future thing later, and Piccolo may just have a lot on the run, or a lot on the rise, and I think I'm going to make a video about that guy right there. I think I want to make a video about how Piccolo may be in for a lot of glow up coming after Daima, maybe when Super continues or the further continuity due to Neva. But that being said, it seems like Shin did say that, yeah, there was a lot of untapped potential with the Namekians and they were capable of so much. I think past that, it was really cool just to see the link into Super to show us that it's all on the same line. I think that this Super Majin Rima, was that Rima? Right? Is that it? Super Majin. Forgot where it was on the page. I have like 3 pages of notes. 3 pages of notes. Rimus. Super Majin Rimus. He looks like Zeno in shape, but doesn't quite look like Zeno in terms of like the face paint, the eyes, the ears. But we don't know what Zeno's mom may have looked like. Like, this could be Zeno's grandfather, Zeno's father. We don't know. But it's really cool to see that this is the case. And I want to know where the angels come from. They're just dropping so much lore after so much lore. So, just like some other thoughts, looking over this as I was editing, I was also like, there are some other possibilities for this. Like, there could be the fact that since Shin referred to, like, he would refer to Zeno as Asama as like a higher authority. But what if, since Zeno seems to be about yoinking things out of existence, like he destroyed Trunks' timeline, if Zeno is a destroyer and like Rymus is a creator, he created the universes, this could be the full hierarchy. Like he could be the other side of the coin for Zeno. That's why they look similar, but like the things like the ears could be different and stuff like that. Like, don't know if there's a full relation or if like they're actually just like two sides of the same coin. You don't know, we don't know, but there's a lot, and this is leading to like what could be for the future. We've talked about in the past how Geekdom said it was rumored that Daima in its entirety is a setup so that there could be further arcs in Super. And if that's the case, if that's why we're on hiatus in the manga so that Daima can finish before we get into the next arc, we might be cooking. We might be cooking. But there's a whole lot in this episode that we can get, and they're doing some great like setting of the tracks for potential lore in the future. So I'm very excited to see what these next 10 or so episodes of Daima will look like. It looks like we have Vegeta getting a main fight. I hope it's for most of the episode. If not, they split it over 2, and we may be able to see Vegeta show out against an opponent that needs him to go higher than Super Saiyan. So yeah, for what it's worth, I'm super excited. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Let me know what you guys are feeling. Let me know if you think there's anything I missed in here. But yeah, this is going to be pretty good. I think Daima is shaping up to be pretty good, and I can't wait to see more and more units in game. There's already one on Legends. I haven't been able to pull them yet, but I also haven't really been putting money into it. I've just got 2 rotations, so we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, if you like the video, and if you love the video, think about subscribing. Peace.